Welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum Part 17, and today we're in the Botanical Gardens, which is, for the meantime, this is going to be our last new area, because after we get done with the Botanical Gardens, we're kind of going back and through, re-seeing some old levels with this new perspective, except for the caves, which we didn't really explore all the way, but that's all we're doing here. In today's part, we're trying to locate the Joker using Harley Quinn's fingerprints that we got back in the crazy part of the level. And after we get another Spirit of Arkham here, as you can probably read and whatnot.
Which no one does.
Yeah, I'm sure they're reading it because, like I said, it's not like they can hear it because the volume is gone from here. Let's see here. For the record, I probably will get to it later, but the audio tapes in this level, that's a nice little looking inside the pipe, but you can find some poison ivy, like, tapes here, pretty much, patient interview tapes. And some Riddler stuff. No doubt. Huh?
Who was that?
Oh, it's just some guards reading some books and whatnot. It's just some Riddler thing that they have.
Well, how's that a riddle?
I don't know. I'm assuming the developers kind of were testing how to animate dead characters or something like that, and they probably were just having fun with it. Not let it go to use or something like that. That'd be my only guess why it's there. Batman just shock therapy 2 guards. Let's see, our 2 things. Yeah. And we get our first patient interview with Pamela Lillian Isley. Now, let's do today's quiz, because we won't see this character in the game, but his portrait will come up here later in the part. But do you know, Cole, who the Mad Hatter's real name is?
Lucas?
No.
Hang on.
Starts with a J.
James?
No.
Jack?
No.
Jerry?
No.
What's the second one?
A.
Jack?
No. I'll give you a hint. You're kind of close. It's a scare video game for probably most people, but Cole will know this. Okay, in the Roddy stories, there is a character named Jack, but there's also another character in that game that starts with a J.
There's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, but
Is it a main character?
not really a main character, but Jack runs into him in Theater Vancouver. Starts with a J. Has Daniel. As his little sidekick.
Jarvis?
Yeah. And do you know who his last name is?
James.
No, it starts with a T, and it's
Traver.
No, but it's not an ordinary name. It's like a weird name. But his Mad Hatter's technique is hypnotizing people with hats. But he has some kind of advanced technology. In fact, that's his part of his last name is what I just said. It's Jarvis. Starts with the T. I kind of gave it away already.
I give up.
Jarvis Tech. It's the Mad Hatter's real name.
In the Batman world.
Yeah, and he's based off of course, he has a fascination with the book Alice in Wonderland. his character origins kind of changed over the years. So there's one character, he's fascinated with Alice in Wonderland. If you go to the '60s, he's more fascinated with the hat with hats and whatnot. Then they later turn them back to they kind of combine. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think they in the comics they explained there are two different Mad Hatters. One who's obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. The other one's just obsessed. Yeah, I died, didn't I?
Yeah. There was two guards right next to each other. You did an inverted takedown.
And they shot me.
And you grabbed one, but the other one shot you. You had like 1 HP left.
Oh.
That was a bad decision.
Oh well. We'll just do it again now, don't we? But, other than that, I make some calculated mistakes because sometimes I think they get like stunned, they get caught off guard for a second, long enough for me to take down and get away quickly. Sometimes. Only, sometimes it doesn't work like that most of the time. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, Jarvis' second comics were like two different characters that just used my header, and I think they later just combined them into one or something like that. That it's obsessed with hats and Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, he don't notice. Now he does, but it's already too late.
You should have done a knockdown smash.
I don't. It's not in this game.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Is that what? Is
That's why that. Yeah, it technically didn't appear to Arkham City. Yeah, that's why I'm not using knockout smashes a lot. If you notice in the playthrough, because it was never introduced in this game.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was something that was in this.
To be quite honestly, when I started playing with this game back, a couple months ago when we had this recorded, I thought I could do Knock Smash 2. I'm gonna go, oh, okay, I guess I have to go get it and upgrade. But when I first went through the upgrades, it wasn't there. And I go, oh, wait, it's not Knockout Smash is not in this game? Yeah, it's not in this game. There's your Mad Hatter reference right there.
Why in a place like this?
I don't know. You need to put it somewhere, I suppose. Now, this trophy can kiss my ass, because, see, I didn't get the trophy because the same button to pick up the trophy is the same button to open. And you have to position yourself very well. So I kept jumping out, trying to hit X to grab the trophy, but the problem is, I keep getting out of the crate. Yeah. So you really have to position yourself and watch that prompt. But yeah, Knockout Smash was in this game, which, it's like I said in the earlier parts, it's just, once you play like Arkham City or even Arkham Origins or Arkham Knight, it's hard to go back to playing this game because you're so used to that control scheme. That control scheme, and it's much different when you go back to play older games because they like to change it for the sake of changing it or something. I guess to make it feel different and feel newer, I guess. But I mentioned that in earlier parts, so I won't repeat myself there.
You know you already just did.
Yeah, and I did too. But yeah, no knockout smashes here. It's inverted takedowns, and you have to wait till it gets. You have to wait till it gets done with its animations. Now the funny thing about this scene here is, I could go and hit the switch where the electric water won't go off, because right now what's keeping Batman from taking down Joker now is there's a pool of electric water for him to cross through. We don't have the
oh, we haven't got that yet?
No, we get in.
I've not paid attention, so I don't know what we have and what we don't have.
Yeah, the rocket launcher. We haven't yet. We get it in the Botanical Gardens. Not in this part. I believe next part we will.
Is that what it's actually called?
Yeah, the
rocket launcher?
Yeah, I believe so. Which is, I think it's a reference to Batman 89.
There's nothing about that has rockets.
No, it's more like, it's a launcher, pretty much.
Tightrope.
It's something like that. But to me, I think to me, it's like, maybe it showed up in some other Batman comics too, but To me, when I see that, I just think of Batman, Michael Keaton Batman, Tim Burton Batman. It's the only thing I can, when I saw that, when I played, I go, huh, I wonder if that's a reference to it, or I wonder if Batman's always had that utility every once in a while. Which I'm thinking he probably does, but
who knows? He's got a lot of things in a lot of places that really aren't useful.
You gotta remember, it's a comic book. You can have that freedom a little bit. Some things may not make sense here because
like the shark repellent that he didn't. What did he even use the shark repellent?
In the Batman movie, the Adam West Batman movie.
Yeah. He used it like what, once or twice?
I think he only used it once.
And then never again.
In that movie, no. I think he only. If I remember, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I do know he sprays it, and that fake looking shark fell right in the water.
Shark repellent. Dumbest thing.
Well, that show was camp all over. Which is, camp is alright. Sometimes you need to do something different. Because to me, I'm a big proprietor of doing something different than try to repeat what somebody else did. It's like you can. Of course, that's just me growing up with Batman. Batman, I had the luxury of watching Tim Burton's Batman, watching the Adam West Batman, and watching the animated series Batman, which were 3 different Batman movies. If you want to count, if you want to count like the animated movies like Mask of the Phantasm, which is I don't know if I went on record in an earlier part because it's been a while, but I still consider Mask of the Phantasm probably one of the better Batman movies to watch. It's probably the closest of a Batman I think of Batman. But I had the luxury of seeing 3 different versions of Batman back in the day. So I always feel like, I'm very open to different interpretations of the character. Dark, campy, and very cartoony or serious, well written, very comic booky. And shut off the water. Now, to go back what I was saying, because I think we got sidetracked. Now, you can come and take out these mooks and shut that water off before going into what I did, the cutscene with the Joker. And the thing is, the cutscene will still happen. So Batman just stands there and lets it happen. I don't think he electrocutes the guard, quite honest with you, because I don't think there's not a point to electrocute. I think Joker would just say his lines and just blows up the interior, and Batman just has to escape. But I kind of show off that scene first because it wouldn't make Batman look stupid at least. Now, to let you know, yes, I am aware there's a tape in there, but I forgot about it, and we'll have to come back for it later. There's our Pamela, the Poison Ivy tapes, much like Zaz at the Crazy Ward over there when we came from with Harley Quinn. It's another one you can get all her patient interview tapes in one trip. Because you have all the upgrades to get it. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot that it's right behind the guy that you just see. So, it would be a part where we have to go back and go get it. But that won't be for a while. But now Batman has to find a different way to get through to follow the Joker. Now there is a Riddler right here, the Rat Catcher, that you can easily miss because I think this is probably my first playthrough. The last Riddler thing I had to find because I could not find it for the life of me. Because you can easily miss it pretty well. But get one last upgrade and that'll be it for today's part. See y'all next time in Batman Arkham Asylum.